Hello, everyone. Today, we're gearing up for the highly anticipated release of Scorched Earth, hopefully dropping tomorrow on April 1st. To ensure you're fully prepared for the desert adventures ahead, today we'll be diving into a comprehensive guide covering everything from early weather survival tactics and drought management to leveling tips, special creature abilities, and essential strategies for your new Scorched Earth playthrough in Ark Survival Ascended. So grab your canteens and let's embark on the scorching journey together. All right, let's kick some things off by talking about the weather. In Scorched Earth, you'll encounter a variety of new weather patterns that can make survival even more challenging. From scorching superheat to blinding sandstorms and electrifying electrical storms, you'll need to be prepared for anything nature throws your way. And with natural water sources being scarce, you'll have to get creative when it comes to staying hydrated. Thankfully, Scorched Earth introduces some new water sources, including cactus sap, water wells, and the creatures known as jug bugs and the morellatops. But beware of heat stroke, a potential side effect of prolonged exposure to extreme temperatures. It's no joke and can leave you feeling dizzy with blurry vision as if you had one too many beers with your buddy last night. Now, let's break down these weather patterns. Sandstorms can drastically reduce visibility and drain your stamina, making it difficult to navigate the desert terrain. Superheat, on the other hand, will cause your water levels to plummet at an alarming rate and can quickly induce heat stroke if you're not careful. And don't even get me started on electrical storms. They'll temporarily disable electrical devices and render tech gear useless. But fear not, there are some strategies you can employ to mitigate these weather related challenges. For instance, seeking shelter in an oasis or inside an adobe structure can provide relief from superheat. And don't forget to pack your desert goggles and hat will help you see through sandstorms with ease. All right, now let's delve into the world of resources and structures on Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth introduces seven new resources that are essential for survival: clay, preserving salt, raw salt, sulfur, sand, propellant, and silk. And let's not forget about the invaluable cactus sap. It's not just a consumable, it's a game changer in the early game. When it comes to building, adobe is the new kid on the block. You'll want to prioritize adobe over wood and stone whenever possible, as it offers superior protection from the hearth weather elements of scorched earth. Plus, every building part available in wood, stone, and metal is also available in adobe. But that's not all. Scorched Earth introduces a range of new structures to help you thrive in the desert heat. For example, the tents. They provide additional insulation against extreme weather, making them perfect for temporary refuge during sandstorms and superheat. Plus, they're easily deployable and can be picked up and moved as needed. And here's a neat trick. You can place structures inside the tent even if they require a foundation elsewhere, like the mortar and pestle. Just remember, tents lose durability over time, so keep an eye on their condition to avoid them from falling apart. The next thing here is oil pumps. They are a must have for extracting oil from the abundant oil veins scattered all across the low desert and badlands. Typically, you could go to the ocean for oil on the island, but here you'll have to extract it. Just plop one on top of an oil vein, and it'll extract 1 unit of oil every 20 seconds. Just be aware that pumps eventually stop producing oil and will need to be replaced. Water wells are another essential structure, providing a reliable source of water in the arid desert landscape. Placed atop water veins, these wells slowly fill up with water and can hold up to 1,000 units. And the best part? They automatically refill if water is consumed from them, making them a lifesaver for irrigating your crops. Wind turbines harness the power of the desert wind to provide electricity. Keep an eye on the wind percentage in your area using the advanced HUD option. The higher the percentage, the better power output. And last but not least, the vessel is a handy container for preserving salt. It increases the spoiling time for preserving salt by a factor of 50, ensuring your food stays fresh for longer in the scorching heat. With these resources and structures at your disposal, you will be well equipped to conquer the challenges of Scorched Earth. So get to building so you can start thriving in the desert wilderness. Lastly, let's dive into the arsenal of weapons, armor, and tools available in Scorched Earth. First up, we have the boomerang, an essential tool for increasing torpor and knocking out creatures. Whether used for melee or ranged attacks, the boomerang inflicts torpor with its ability to return to the user if it misses its target. The boomerang is not only a formidable taming tool, but also handy for gathering resources. Plus, its durability is more forgiving compared to spears. A stack is probably the best thing you'll want to do just to have a few extras on hand in the event one breaks. Next, we have the chainsaw, a powerful weapon and harvesting tool found in the yellow drops on Scorched Earth. Running on gasoline, the chainsaw is perfect for obtaining large quantities of resources like chitin, wood, and hide, making it extremely invaluable for survival in the desert. Next thing here is the flamethrower. It is a costly but effective weapon for taking down clusters of enemies. Not only does it excel in combat, but it's also useful for clearing out vegetation and even taming a phoenix. Speaking of fire, Let's not forget about the flame arrow, which deals regular arrow damage and applies a damage over time effect to targets, making it ideal for hunting or fighting. It is especially useful against large carnivores due to the dot damage. Now, for those fast moving or flying creatures, the homing missile ammo is your go-to choice. And when it comes to gathering resources or engaging combat, you'll want to go with the whip, which is a versatile tool that can pick up items, disarm players, stun creatures, and even encourage tamed, overburdened creatures to move just a little bit farther or faster. Lastly here we have the Desert Clothes, a set of armor essential for protecting players from high and low temperatures in Scorched Earth. While offering little armor, the Desert Clothes provide invaluable protection against the harsh desert environment, allowing players to explore with confidence. Armed with these weapons, armors, and tools, you'll be well equipped to navigate the challenges of Scorched Earth and emerge victorious in this harsh desert landscape. So make sure you gear up when you're ready to set out on the desert conquest. Alright, lastly, let's dive into the fascinating creatures that inhabit Scorched Earth. First up, we have the death worms, the desert's equivalent of a giga. These colossal beasts roam the sands in search of their next meal. But if you stumble upon one, defeating them yields a precious resource known as the death worm horn, essential for battling the alpha version of the manticore, and they can also be used to tame the mantis. And they even provide black pearls for tech gear. Next up we have the jerboa, a tiny but invaluable companion throughout your entire journey. Always keep this critter on your shoulder as it detects weather events with remarkable accuracy. From lightning storms to sandstorms, jerboa's behavior signals impending weather changes, serving as a vital early warning for you to avoid an unnecessary death. Then there's the jug bug, available in both water and oil variants, providing essential resources for your survival. Whether you need early game oil or a quick thirst quencher, these creatures are your best allies in the desert wilderness. The mantis is both lethal in the wild and a valuable asset when tamed. With the ability to wield weapons and tools, they become formidable allies for combat and resource gathering. The morellatops is a sturdy and versatile creature. They serve as early game mounts and water reservoirs. Taming them can be tricky because in a pack they will attack you instead of running, but their utility makes it well worth the effort. Now the Procopodon and Thyla may be rare on the island, but they are abundant here in Scorched Earth. The Thyla's bleed attack makes it ideal for combating the deathworms, while the Procoptodon's mobility simplifies traversal across this rugged terrain. The rock elementals are formidable tank creatures, making awesome defenders for your base. But beware, any suspicious looking rocks that come alive while you're out farming some stone or metal, you'll want to run, otherwise you're gonna get Hulk smashed. Thorny dragons with their wood affinity are excellent resource gatherers and boast a saddle that doubles as a smithy, an invaluable asset for early game crafting, and it's available early. Typically the beaver and the RG have their saddles at level 61 and 62 respectively. You unlock the thorny dragon saddle at level 40. And finally, the wyverns, the crown jewel of Scorched Earth. Available in fire, lightning, and poison variants, acquiring a high-level wyvern egg marks a significant milestone in your journey. Surviving the perilous endeavor of stealing an egg and evading pursuing dragons signifies your ascent to the beginning of the endgame. You'll be well equipped to conquer the challenges of Scorched Earth and thrive in its harsh environment. Well, survivors, that wraps it up for today's guide. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into the world of Scorched Earth and picked up some valuable tips along the way. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on my latest content. Good luck out there, survivors.